Hi, I'm Kira Woods and it's lovely to be with you again today. In today's video I'm going to have a bit of a look at the bit of an exploration about the meaning and symbolism of the Fall card. I'm using the Rider-Waite Universal deck and so that's the image that you can see on the video. So when I look at this card, you know, the first thing that really jumps out at me is the intensity and the dominance of the yellow. And also the image of the sun. There's yellow in his clothing. There's such strong, rich yellow behind him. There's even a reflection of yellow in his shoes, and also on the where he's standing. And that really draws a lot to me. And I think about yellow in terms of how it represents life force, our essence, or our pure connection to our higher self, our sort of universal spark, and it's sort of our personal power. I look at this image and I see a totally free spirit. And I think that's really important with the Fool. You know, the image shows the Fool is ready to leap off into the unknown. You know, there's no hesitation in his body language. And he's just sort of ready, you know, and I think of that when it comes up in the reading about that readiness. You know, the Fool to me represents that true innocence, the kind of, you know, that perfect state of joy and innocence and freedom when it all comes together. You know, it's a connection with our spirit, our life force. It's when we feel that connection to our source or our oneness, you know, when we really feel like we are truly in that place of knowing. The Fool, as you may notice, is the number 0. And to me that is also significant here. Because 0 is complete. It's about all things are possible to the person. That they can go in any direction, that they're ready to leap. And when they do that with that sense of connectedness, that there is endless potential. The Fool is movement, it's change, it's that readiness. The Fool has no plan. The Fool doesn't need to deliberate or plan about something because nothing is held back. There's total honesty. It can represent love, but love for everything and everyone, without thinking, without judging. It's an instant response to a situation. The Fool teaches us life is continuous. It's a continuous dance of experience, of spontaneity and freedom. We are not caught up in our fears or our conditioning or our problems of daily life or our ego and what the ego wants. It's like this pure experience, the pure embodiment of pure innocence. When we lose that innocence, this is when we work through the rest of the cards of the deck until we come back around to the Fool again after we've done the dance. And through my other videos we'll be looking at some of the other cards in that journey. So when I specifically look at the imagery of the Fool, the thing that jumps out at me right away is the white rose. A rose specifically is a symbolism for passion, and the white is the purity of that passion. I also noticed that in this particular imagery of the Fool that there is an animal there. You know, it's the leaping dog. So it's the animal helper, which also can represent the force of nature. The Fool is carrying a bag, and that bag is all the experiences that the Fool has embodied within his life or the previous life. And he has not abandoned those experiences. He's not mindless about them, but they do not control him. They are with him, but they are not in any way controlling. Over the shoulder, the Fool carries a stick or a wand, and this symbolizes his power. And you will notice that the wand comes up in many other cards, such as the Magician or the Chariot, or even, and also in the World Dancer. However, in the Fool, the wand is not white as it is in other images. The wand here is black. And this black represents, to me, the spirit of life force from the unconscious. It's about pure potential. It's a, you know, it's not needing to direct. It's that energy of our essence, whereby it doesn't need to direct us, but it is what it is, which is that purity. In a reading, when I see the Fool comes up, it immediately jumps to me is that it's that courage, it's that optimism, it's faith in ourself, our life force. It's our inner self knowing. It's a beginning. It's the courage to leap. It's the trust to leap. It's the authenticity of the moment. It's being in the moment. It's being willing to go with that impulse that comes from pure knowing when we're connected to ourselves. It's void of fear, the fear of the challenges that may lay ahead. It's confidence about that profound sense of inner connection to self. So I hope you found those insights useful, and if you have any thoughts or comments, please do let me know. Otherwise, I look forward to catching up with you again with my next video. So if you'd like to find me, you can find me at kirawoods.com, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for visiting. Bye-bye.